Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today is Wednesday the 25th of September, and I just thought I would do just a video today. In this video I want to just tell you a little bit of a story, and the reason I kind of want to tell you this story is it's just it's a really heartwarming story with all the bad stuff that's going on in the world at the moment and all that. I just thought I would put something nice out and yeah, it's a lovely story, and I've never spoken to anybody about this. I've never shared. I like to keep things kind of inside, if you know what I mean. It's but yeah, I just thought that why not, why not? And you've given me so much about your lives and all the stuff in the comments. You've shared so much with me, and I just think that's amazing. So I thought today, you know what, I want to tell you guys about this story, and in the second part of the video, and I'm going to talk about the assessment that I did this morning, and so yeah, we'll get to that. Anyway, so I got my coffee, and I've run out of milk, so I'm having to use a little bit of goat's powder that I've got in the cupboard. I need to go to the shops. But today it's just started raining. I'm under the gazebo, and it's I love being outdoors. But anyway, let's get into the first part of the story. So this happened. This kind of particular story was when I was working as a network manager in the Plymouth and Southwest Cooperative, and I was what? Oh, it makes me laugh every time I think of this particular part of my life and this particular story. And it so yeah, I was what? Oh, I don't know, 28, 29, something like that. So I looked very different to the way I do now. I had imagine if you will the George Michael look. Now, do you remember George Michael? He had that like a blonde wavy hair, and yep. No, I'm not going to show you a picture. I had blue eyes. I've still got the blue eyes, but just no hair. Very little. But I remember back in those days, and I was hitting the gym and all that sort of stuff, and it was, I felt great, and I remember just particularly, this happened a few times in the office. I've got to be honest. I'll be sat at my desk, with all my monitors, doing all my stuff, and then there was this. We had Phil in who worked on the server side, and we had this guy called Ian, and do you know what? I didn't like him. Like, the first time I met him, I just thought he was rude and quite brass and quite obnoxious. But do you know what? I ended up loving the guy, and not loving in that sense. But I think about him all the time, and he's such a lovely guy. But at the time, so I'd be sat at my desk, and he would come and sit behind me with his coffee after him and Phil were arguing about football, because he was very much a Sunderland fan and Phil was a Leeds fan, and they would always have these bickers in the office about football, which was highly entertaining. But he would come behind me, and I could kind of see him in the reflection of the mirror, of the window, and I would kind of look around, and he and he would just say, "Oh, I can see you're going a bit thin on top there," and he would just walk away. And this happened kind of, and I would just like, "Oh, go away, don't be so daft," and completely dismiss it and all of that, because at that time my hair was everything. It was everything to me. It really sounds really shallow, doesn't it? But when you're when you're that age, I don't know, it just meant the world. And so after a few times of this, I would start to get more and more annoyed with him, and to the point where I kind of used to go into the bathroom and just kind of, you know, with a mirror and just kind of try to do this and see. And I just thought I'll totally dismiss it. Do you know what I mean? Totally dismiss it. Absolutely, nothing wrong, you know. And but anyway, so after we finished up at the co-op, I did some little bit contracting work, and in between there was a bit of a period. It was about 7 weeks, and I had a local hairdresser, lovely chap, and so I kind of had my usual visit to the hairdresser, and I just said, you know, just do the usual, just a little bit off the top, that sort of thing. And you know, towards the end, you know what they're like. You know, they obviously they finish up and they get the mirror and I noticed he was keeping it quite low as he moved the mirror from left to right, and I just I figured I kind of thought, and I said to him, raise that mirror, I want to see the top. And he raised the mirror, and my whole life at that point just crumbled, and I saw it. It was, yes, the bald spot, and oh my, it was, I know it just sounds ridiculous, but if you're a guy with a full head of hair, it's crushing, you know, and it crushed me, and I just thought, oh my God, this is the beginning of the end, you know. And he just said, don't worry about it. He just said, we'll shave it off. And I just said, Jesus, are you nuts? I'm not ready. I can't. I'm not psychologically prepared. I need time. And I wasn't ready. And but anyway, so after I was just about to go out the door, I said, look, I've got some time, you know. I could come and work here as a volunteer. I don't want to be paid, and I'm currently looking for a job, but do you want a hand with some of the kind of sweeping up, making the tea, putting the bins out, just the usual stuff, you know, sanitizing the hairdressing things or whatever? And he kind of, do you know what, snapped my hands off, and he said, yeah, absolutely, that would be absolutely brilliant, because at that time he was waiting for like the next kind of few apprentices to come in, so it was just him and on his own, so he was kind of a bit a bit struggling. So I thought, great, absolutely, worked for me. And it was literally within walking distance of a house, so I thought, brilliant, you know. And and so there was one particular evening, I just remember it was when the evenings were starting to come in, and it was about 5 o'clock in the afternoon. I was just about to head off, and he just said, can you stay just for another hour? I've got this late appointment coming in, and would you just mind, you know, just hanging around? So I said, sure thing, you know, no trouble, no big deal at all. So I kind of just hang around. I had some coffee and just chilled out for a bit, just chatted and whatnot. And then at 6 o'clock, I heard the front door, and there was a little bell, you know. And I heard these footsteps coming up the stairs. They were quite pronounced footsteps, and I just thought, okay, this must be is waiting for this. This must be this person. So, and literally, this lady appeared around the door, and wow, I was just absolutely mesmerised. She was like, she was, I don't know, 30 to 40. She was just really, really stunning, and I couldn't take my eyes off her, you know. And I just thought everything about. She had lovely long flowing hair, and I just thought, wow, I'm you know. But anyway, I just tried to not to get involved, and I just carried on doing my thing. And she kind of sat down, and I heard, she was talking quite closely. So David was quite, you know, it was just, and I just saw the look on his face, and he just, you know, are you sure? Are you sure about this? And I kind of, and he was a bit startled, a bit kind of taken back, you know, and but anyway, he grabbed the clippers, you know, the clippers, and he started to shave her hair, and I just didn't know what to do. I just didn't know where to stand. I didn't know how to, and I was blown away because I thought, oh my word, she is so brave. And of course she started kind of getting quite upset, and which is understandable, so do you know what I did? I didn't even think about it. I just went over and I just said, Dave, can I? And I grabbed a pair of clippers and I shaved my hair off, and I remember it. I remember how it felt, and do you know what? She just burst into laughter, and I shaved my hair off, and Dave continued to shave her hair off, and it was like kicking off a tight pair of shoes. That the relief was unbelievable, because I used to take a lot of care of my hair. I would go back in the day, I would be using hairsprays, gels, and it was an absolute beautiful moment of like two people coming together in that moment of just doing something. Oh, smelly Skippy's here, and I've got to show you Skippy. Hold on. Oh, wrong way. There she is. Hello. Anyway, I think, did you see that? I wasn't sure. She's out here. Oh, let me just sort the wire out. So yeah, it was a defining moment, really. And with this person, with this lady, it just felt a relief. It felt like it was something big and something amazing, and and in fact I found out that she unfortunately had cancer at that time, and she was going to be going through chemotherapy. She was going to lose her hair, and it was the biggest thing she's ever done, and it was the biggest thing I've ever done, and and that kind of we did it together, and it was an amazing moment. So anyway, I thought I would share that with you, and I later found out that she continued to crop her hair. She continued to shave it, but not quite to that level. And I let mine grow back a little bit, and you know what? I don't have any fear. I didn't have any fear from that day onwards of just like lopping it off, and now it just and it feels refreshing. It feels liberating, but anyway. So that was that story. So I just wanted to share that one with you. So let's talk about the assessment. So I got up quite early this morning and thought, you know what, I just need to get this out of the way. I just need to do it. And I know I'm in a good place. I know I'm in a safe space at the moment because I've got a job offer, and that's all good. So, but I just wanted to see what it was like, and to see, and also, do you know what? You never know what's around the corner, and I thought I want to just do it and to see what it's like. So, and you know what? I had so much fun. I got to be honest. I didn't sleep much last night thinking about it, and even though I've got a job offer, but even so, it's still the fear, the phobia of tests, and it's very real. But it was so the questions, there were two parts to it. There was about 20 questions, and it was all related to IT, kind of DevOps, and the questions were around kind of auto scaling, EKS clustering, security groups, and things a little bit like GitLab and GitHub, and you know, how to create a branch, that sort of stuff. And you know, there was some challenging questions there, and I thought, oh, you know, I'm not sure. And there was around CI/CD pipelines, that sort of thing. I mean, I don't profess to know everything, you know, but and you never know everything in this sort of world. The DevOps world is huge, is absolutely huge. And the second part of the assessment was kind of, they gave you an architectural diagram of an environment. So you had kind of some workers at the top, and then it kind of went into like a outer VPC, that sort of thing, and a couple of databases, and it was all kind of scenarios on what you would do in an event. So say for instance, you get a peak load on a database, and the database is growing in size, database starts slowing down, and then eventually you start getting connection issues, they're unable, the environment's unable to process this amount of connections, that sort of thing. And so, you know, it was quite involved, and interesting. And but anyway, I kind of spoke to John, the recruiter, and we had a good chat. And I kind of interested to understand, you know, what the next potential step is, and would I have been successful, I guess. And I'm kind of trying to find it out, because I did say that, look, I've got this job offer, and my contract should be arriving any day soon. But I just think, you know, I want to kind of try and leave a good impression. There could be something there in the future, maybe not. And interestingly, yesterday I had another offer of a job interview for another interview, and I literally had to say, look, sorry, but I've got a job offer on the table. I kind of want to focus on that, and I'm going to have to say I can't progress with this one. And the recruiter was brilliant, and he just said, congratulations on your new role, let's catch up in a few months and just see where you are. And again, because you never know what's down the road, I guess, and leaving doors open and not burning bridges is a for me, that's absolute yes. I never like to burn bridges with any company or agency. And so yeah, we had a good chat over email. We couldn't really call at the moment because he's in the States and I'm obviously here, and the time differences, it's, you know, it's a bit of an organisation to get a Teams call going, but I said we'll catch up in 3 months, we'll have a call and just see how things have panned out and whatnot. So yeah, so that's where I am today. If I see if you can hear the rain, it is so I've been out in the garden just trying to do a bit of tidying and just kind of doing some things while I've got the time to do it. And next week Shah and I, we said, you know what, we want to go to Cheddar Gorge camping and caravan site, and you're gonna come along for the ride. I'm gonna do a video. I think Shah's going to take some time off as well, so she's not having to work, so that's brilliant. So we're going to take Doggy, and I know some of you have asked about Doggy, and yes, of course I want to do a video. I would have done one in the garden today if it would have been sunny, just talking about Sam and just talking a little bit. And it won't be a work-related video, of course not. It's about the dog, and some of you have expressed your interest in the dog, and that's lovely, and I really appreciate that. And of course I want to talk about him. He's my world, you know. But I was going to say, if any of you got any questions, or if there's anything about me that you want to hear, or you want me to do a video on something, I don't know, anything, just give me a shout, and I would happily put a list of things together, questions or whatever, and maybe I'll do a video on that and see if I can answer them for you, or do a particular video on that particular subject if it's kind of video worthy, I suppose, you know. So yeah, I just wanted to say that to you guys, and thank you so much again for all your comments. It's been it's just amazing. I sit there all day reading and replying to your comments, and it's such an enjoyable. Oh, I think there's somebody at the door. So anyway, listen, I'll cut this short. As ever, I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.